Fever GM emphasizes Caitlin Clark's undeniable impact amid Mystics owners' comments. Perhaps the biggest discussion point of this WNBA offseason has been Washington Mystics co-owner Sheila Johnson's take about believing Indiana Fever superstar Caitlin Clark should not have been placed on the Time magazine cover alone, after Clark won Time Athlete of the Year. When speaking with CNN Sports on December 13, countless people within the women's basketball community have called out Johnson for these tone-deaf remarks. And the most recent person to offer their opinion about it is Indiana Fever GM Amber Cox, who was interviewed on a December 20th episode of In Case You Missed It with Christina Williams. How do you respond to Johnson's comments, and do you think the Time Award should have been given to the entire WNBA, rather than Caitlin Clark individually? Williams asked Cox. I think Caitlin Clark deserves that award, Cox said. Through the years, there have been incredible players. Sports to me is generational. We've been at this not very long. Less than 30 years, comparatively, when you're talking about other leagues. What Caitlin Clark did, because so many eyeballs were on her. She's a huge multiplier effect of the league's current growth, Cox continued. Because she has so many fans. People are moving games because so many people wanted to see her play. Cox then mentioned the impact of players like Angel Reese and Cameron Brink along with Clark before adding, the identity and how much brand recognition these players now have in college absolutely helped the WNBA. But we've never seen anything like Caitlin Clark. Cox is certainly correct about that last sentiment. This article was originally published on www.si.com/onzi/women's-fastbreak, as Fever GM emphasizes Caitlin Clark's undeniable impact amid Mystics owners' comments. Travis Kelce and the Kansas City Chiefs will face the Houston Texans in their final regular season game at Gayhar Field at Arrowhead Stadium. Kelce's girlfriend, singer Taylor Swift, had attended the Chiefs' first 6 home games of the 2024 NFL season. However, due to her final Eras Tour show in Vancouver, Canada, she was unable to be at the most recent on December 8. With her tour now over, many expect the Grammy-winning singer to appear at the Chiefs vs. Texans game on Saturday. But, after a new development, fans are now convinced Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark will take Swift up on her recent offer. Clark partook in an interview after winning Time's 2024 Athlete of the Year, where she discussed her time at the Eras Tour at Lucas Oil Stadium in November. Time senior sports correspondent Sean Gregory mentioned that Swift gave Clark a note inviting her to a Chiefs game. Swift gave Clark 4 bags of Eras Tour merchandise, with a note saying Clark was inspiring to watch from afar. Gregory wrote, "She said Trav and I were excited to get to a Fever game now that the tour was winding down, and invited Clark to attend a Chiefs game with her." Recently, at Acklasai Tea Party on X, discovered the former Iowa Hawkeyes star had followed Kelce's manager, Aaron Eanes, on Instagram.